I think like also just personality wise, you know, like I would say for me, I'm laid back, chill person, and for Christina, she's not laid back, and she's not. You know, I have to kind of not force her, but press her to be more chill. Like, if you think about suicide, up to like these last years, I mean, historically, African American people wasn't like the #1 race of people committing suicide. So I think it's something in our culture where it's like, no matter what's happening, it's gonna work out. You know, it's gonna be okay. But I think like African American people were more, they believed in God, they depended on God more. So they had more of a, it's gonna work out type of attitude. But if you don't feel like God is seeing what you're doing, you're gonna be more pressing on whatever it is you're doing. If I don't get this aid, like life is over. And then when your resources aren't the same, when your resources ain't like as great, you kind of like.
I mean, I guess I would agree because there are plenty of like really poor Asian people who still like push their kids to study that way, and still have them. They have to do well in school, otherwise it's not counted as a success. You're not getting straight A's because that means you're not going to get into a good school, and that means you're not going to get into a good job. And basically, like, it's all dependent on the value you see on a piece of paper. Like that determines who you are, like your grades and how you rank in school. And I guess like that's why you see so many people who like are like trying to be lawyers and doctors, specifically because like those are what they account as successful. So they never really go outside of those parameters into doing things that are less conventional, I guess. So maybe it is, I don't know.
Interracial dating is about saying to society, I don't care. You're not gonna bound me up. I gotta date somebody.
That's kind of true, because I get excited when we have to go to an Asian restaurant. I get to shout in their faces that I'm not dating like another Asian person. Like the fact that like they just have to sit there and take it even if they don't like it. And I don't like the fact that, like, I understand like it might be like a different perspective, because I think the older generations, they have like trouble accepting it because they're not around it. But when it starts to like get to the point where it becomes judgmental, because I've heard like older Asian people talk about black people, and
what they saying?
Stuff that ain't good. So
like what? Talk on it. Speak on it. Put it out there.
Well, just like when they say like, oh, are you dating a black guy? Like there's like a certain attitude to it. Like why? Like they're surprised, or they're like semi-disgusted with the fact that you're dating a black person. Like it's weird, or it's, I don't know, it's just a judgmental like what are you doing that for? Like,
who said this to you?
Just people.
Like who?
Like, well, I mean, when I was up in Canada, like I would talk to like my grandmother's like friends and stuff, and they would ask me about dating, and then I would like mention the fact that, yeah, I'm interested in black guys. I don't date Asian guys. And they're like, oh, like they would kind of be taken back by it, and then they just kind of be like, why? Instead of
why
like,
not? That's what you should say. Why not?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just like those stereotypes that people hang on to because that's all they've been around. So if you're not exposed to something over extended period of time, and the only time that you're exposed to them is when something negative happens, or you hear something like on the news, like that's how we associate like that other ethnicity. And if you don't know better and you're ignorant about it, you don't have any other, you know, reference point. You kind of just take that like that's what you associate it with.
I'll say this. We gotta do a better job of presenting ourselves in a better light, though, as African Americans. Not saying they justified, but sometimes we do some stuff that don't help us. And
you know, I looked up like songs to download, like popular songs that are now around on YouTube. They all suck. Like they all sound the same, and it's all about like getting naked and drinking and smoking and just like, because I have all these, like I have all this money, like I'm supposed to just flaunt it in front of you. Like,
first of all, I didn't mean to cut you off. Second of all, it's funny how we got things backwards about who are the true sellouts, who are the true people who love their people. Because the people who are quote unquote is perceived as real are the ones that are telling our people to kill themselves. And the people that's conceived as being sellouts are the ones who are stepping away from the popular pop culture, and they're walking to a different beat, and they're trying to do something that's different. And it's just amazing how that is like perceived as being true. And it's sad. I mean, I don't blame rap music per se. I blame the people who run the industry, because I think hip rap music, unlike unique to any other type of music and genre, truly sets the tone for an entire generation of people. Sets the norms, sets how you're supposed to act and different things like that, more than any other type of genre of music. I think that, and that shows how powerful rap music is. It shows how powerful black people are, to have the ability to set trends and set the orders of how it's supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to act this way. You're supposed to dress this certain way, and different things like that. And my prayer is that we'll be able to get that same power going, but going in a more of a positive direction. When we're telling people, go to school, get your education, and wait till you get married to have sex, wait, things that are positive, instead of saying, sleep with as many women as you can. Not realizing that when you do that, there's a very low likelihood that your father will be in your home. And when your father's not home, it's going to be really tough to kind of raise that man up to be a leader in the community and different things like that. And it's just tough. I mean, so I would like to challenge people to say who's the real sellouts and who's the real leaders of a race of people.
Asian people are pretty like racist though. Like not just against black people, but they like always have something to say, whether you're white, you're Mexican, or whatever. Like they always have something to say. So I don't know.
I'm gonna just continue to love on Asian people, no matter if they don't let me get on the bus.
They shoved me out of the way too. With all the grocery bags, they're all the bus to get on.